Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the antidote to lockdown boredom. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find, and with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. Today we have got the ever-elusive MathPig, looking a lot better than he did yesterday, I think. A lot more normal.
I'm feeling good today.
We've got Badger. We've got Jen.
Oh, yeah, we do. I'm here. Hello.
We've got B. And we've got Amanda.
Morning.
Is everyone loving the fact that today our Lord and Saviour has risen?
Where's the kick button? Kick Dave.
Wait a minute.
Well, from my perspective,
Easter?
he rose a long time ago, so by about now, Thomas should be shoving a finger in his wound.
All I know is I'm getting paid double time today, so I'm good.
That's the advantage.
That's the only advantage.
That's the only advantage.
Do you reckon we could just keep the like religious stuff that makes for fun fiction and just not do the rest?
It's all fun
Through
fiction.
Christmas and things like that, we can get presents and scrap all the rest of it.
Yeah, but they're not really Christian.
No, okay, spoilers.
Right. Question.
Oh, ice cream.
What? Right. Question 236. Would you rather have a fancy kitchen or a big garden?
Oh, that's fucking on. They're both on my list for house. Like they're
Fancy
no.
kitchen, because I hate fucking gardening.
Big garden.
The four things in my
you're
list when I was looking for a house was a garden, a nice kitchen, a garage, and a fireplace. And I was willing to lose one, and I lost the garage.
Nah, screw that.
Garage is
too
important.
handy.
Yeah. I miss a garage.
Yeah, I really do.
I mean, you could get a big shed. Say again?
God, let me try again. Let me come a bit closer. So I've got a nice shed that's falling apart.
Yes, was what I was thinking. You could get a shed to replace a garage.
No, I got 3.
B?
But yeah, I'd go with a big garden definitely, because then I could put nature cams out and get all the fun out.
Define a big kitchen. Like, how big's a big kitchen? You know.
I didn't say a big kitchen. I said a fancy kitchen. It can be any size you want.
Ah.
like
So I
like a
think
chef's
fancy
kitchen.
Yes.
Oh, well, then I'll definitely go with a garden, because I don't need a fancy kitchen. I just need a big kitchen.
You have a small garden and a big conservatory.
I guess there is the element that if you had a big, nice garden, you could mow a lot of it down and put up more sheds.
I don't want to pick one because I have a tiny home, so I like being mobile, so I can't have a garden. And I don't really spend a lot of time cooking, so I have a small kitchen.
The world is
So,
your garden.
I don't know. I guess if I had to pick, I'd pick the garden.
You had to pick the garden.
And then I'd pay somebody to maintain it.
Yeah, it becomes a chore.
Yeah, I grew up on a farm. I know all about, weeding and all that. It's not fun.
Amanda?
I'm not
What do you
big
say?
on the garden, so I guess the kitchen.
See, I go for the garden, but not because I particularly want a garden. I just see a large lawn where I can play with the dog.
A large lawn which can end up with lots of sheds and a pool. Do people actually bother getting pools in the UK? I mean, it's fucking cold there in winter.
What's a pool?
In the swimming pool.
Yes, some people have pools, but you tend to have them in a greenhouse. Well, but they don't call it a greenhouse.
In your greenhouse?
No,
With your
you don't call
flowers?
it a greenhouse. Conservatory. So it tends to be quite warm.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
can swim, water tomato plant, swim, water
Water.
pepper plant.
I used to have a conservatory. The door had a built-in waterfall feature.
Did it?
Yeah, leaked.
Santi says he wants a fancy kitchen.
Yes, but that's because he loves space, which is why I clarified. You can still have a big kitchen, it just doesn't have to be fancy and still get the garden.
Yes.
I'd go for the garden.
You're the only one that's answered half a dozen times with exactly the same answer.
Well, that's,
He wants multiple gardens. That's what it is.
I like things that are nice.
Right, question.
Gotta have more badger space.
I have garden. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I want to get across here.
Are you sure you want the garden, Badger?
Yes.
Right. Question
Couldn't
230.
persuade you with the kitchen.
I'm going to throw something.
Every time you guys will talk, you guys say one more thing.
Question
So
2.
that's garden.
Did you ask Badger whether he wanted a kitchen or a garden?
Yes.
I think he said kitchen.
What's a kitchen, Badger?
Garden. Definitely garden.
Question 237. Should we resurrect a woolly mammoth, and what would you knit from its wool?
It would be interesting to bring it back, but do we really have the right and all that? And but obviously,
But it's not
maybe
really wool either, is it? It's just matted fur.
Yes. But you'd be able to make wool out of it. Make wool out of virtually
Would
anything.
you, though?
You'd be able to make fabric out of it.
Yeah, okay. It'd be scratchy, though.
No, not necessarily, as long as you work it.
Yeah.
Oil it.
You need a
Oily
well-oiled
job.
mammoth to get to wool.
They're a very fatty animal. You could use the fat from the animal. You get this lovely
I've now
soft.
forgotten what the question was.
Should we?
Why
Should we?
would you use fat from the animal? That implies killing it.
What?
When we take wool from animals, we usually shear them. We don't kill them and skin them.
Yeah, but we need the oil too now as well. So do we resurrect the woolly mammoth and then make it extinct again? Make wool out of it.
Well, you see, that's the woolly mammoth. If any of the animals are going to be brought back, it'll definitely be up there with the top ones because it's popular. There's more possibility of bringing it back, and if you bring it back, then does that open the floodgates for everything else?
No.
I
think-
think a marketable animal.
I think it will be brought back not because it is popular or anything else. I think it can be brought back because it didn't die out that long ago and we have genetics that are close to it.
No, it's also very useful in the tundra areas for keeping the tundra right, which actually could have be advantageous for us with climate change.
You think there's going to be tundra?
Well, there will be if the permafrost thaws.
I don't think that's going to be tundra. I think it's just going to become normal land.
Maybe.
I mean, it depends. A lot of it is all collapsing on itself too, because the deeper layers of permafrost that are melting. So, the whole area is kind of crumbling in on itself.
I'm always intrigued by the things that are held together by ice. That just tend to crush when you actually thaw them completely.
Oh, I love Tom's comment in the chat.
What was that, Dave?
I like when when things that are held together by ice. When you freeze vegetables, for example, it completely holds its structure while it's frozen, and then the second that you actually thaw it out, it just turns to mush.
That's the reason for large ice crystals. Whenever you freeze it in the freezer, it breaks the cells. That's why it goes to mush.
Well, yeah, this is why we haven't got cryogenics working.
Yeah. Well, fast freeze is okay. It's the fast melt that's the problem.
What did Tom say? Sure, wild woolly mammoths would have terrible wool, but a show mammoth would be amazing. I can't wait to enter my mammoth in the Westminster Mammoth Club. Santi says sweater. Lucy says cardigan, and then next. And then Lucy also says hashtag Badger should be mates with Omegon.
How about leg warmers? Just to stylishly bring them back.
You can never stylishly bring them back.
I don't want to like bother him because I think he's a very busy squid.
You should pop into Lucy's chat. He's there half the time. Sal says woolly hats. Hats. We need more hats.
I think, yes, we should bring back the woolly mammoth because it's kind of humanity's fault that they went bust.
No, I don't reckon.
There's lots of things that are humanity's fault when.
So,
Awesome.
and I would like to make a nice fluffy blanket.
Oh! Fuck!
What?
What?
The ball just fell from the ceiling.
We thought it was something desperate.
Yes!
What?
Giant purple ball coming at me from fucking above.
So you're suggesting that God has blue balls?
Purple, and someone's echoing.
Yes. I reckon a mammoth would solve your blue ball situation.
I'd like to see them bring back the moa.
What?
Moa.
What's a moa?
What?
The largest bird that's probably not ever lived, but one of the largest that's ever lived. But it was alive when Europeans first went to New Zealand.
You lie. Europeans have never been to New Zealand.
And I don't want to deal with any more big birds.
Europeans have never been to New Zealand.
No.
Yeah.
I just want to know who's going to run alongside the woolly mammoth and comb it. Because if you're not going to kill it, you're not stopping that thing from doing whatever it wants. So who's going to run next to it, like comb it and shear it?
Yeah, you imagine trying to shear one, especially if it got pissed off with you.
I think you'd have to have a special building.
How big would those clippers have to be? They'd have to be like. The head would have to be that big on the clippers. Might just be better off with a sawzall.
I would like to see a blow-dried mammoth.
A blow-dried mammoth.
With a bow in its hair.
You see, you just know when you get the blow dryer out, it's going to roll onto its back.
You scratch its belly.
So yeah, that would be my answer. I want a nice fluffy blanket.
Right, so everyone thinks we should bring it back.
Oh yeah.
Anybody else hear an echo?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it's driving me nuts.
Is it me or is it somebody else? It's probably
Well,
me.
I can hear it.
So it's probably you,
Okay,
Badger.
Let me do this. Can you still hear it?
Hello?
Can we hear it?
What?
Yeah, it's Badger.
Hello?
It's Badger.
Yeah, it's fucking me, innit? Right, hang on.
Kind of always.
Right. So everyone thinks we should bring it back. What
If it's just that coming back, yes.
if it's just that coming back? You think evil will follow it?
There we go. How's
We
that?
want fucking Jurassic Park to come true, okay?
Yeah, that's
right.
better, Badger.
Have you ever met
I
a
do.
chicken? Sorry, Badger.
I do want Jurassic Park to come true, just not Jurassic World. Jurassic World is awful.
Tom says he'll feed it a carrot and tame
Jurassic
it.
Park for the first 30 minutes.
I would like Jeff Goldblum to explain to me why it's a bad idea while I do it.
While you do it. You just want the I told you so at the end.
Yeah. Have you seen an indignant Jeff Goldblum?
Always.
It's very it makes me weak at the knees.
Right, we shall move on. Question 238. If you could design a virus that only infected people with a particular personality trait, what trait would you pick?
Not an asshole.
So you want only assholes?
No, not an asshole.
Yeah, so you want the world to be left with only assholes in it, and the rest of us to die.
No, that's not what I said. I said not
You
an
said
asshole.
not an asshole.
I don't want to make an asshole. I want to make something that's not an asshole.
No, the virus infects
Right.
people with the trait. So you would want to infect arseholes.
Oh, so we give people with the trait.
Yes.
So if you're infecting assholes, are you saying it's sexually transmitted?
No.
No. You would say that.
Right, Lucy.
Yeah,
Lucy says pedantic people. I think she's trying to kill us off.
I feel personally attacked.
Tom says veganism. Sal says vegan.
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, maybe perhaps indecisive people.
Are you sure?
I don't
not
know.
really.
I can't decide.
I just wanted to comment that Mando, you've got this wonderful expression of what the fuck are you talking about?
What, me?
Yeah, you look like you're saying "fuck you all" to us.
Man's down in the corner, and you just there like doing the slow head shake, like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I woke up in a very good mood. I've had a good morning, so I'm sorry. I'll go back to being bitchy and mad, okay?
Oh, we actually thought you already had it. It was the look you had on your face.
It was content.
Yeah, but-
Anyway,
Right. Shadow Kitty says narcissists. Half our community would be
Oh, but-
screwed.
then we kill off Alucard. That's no good.
Sal said people who don't wear woolly hats. Is that a personality trait?
That's a good one.
well,
Tom,
that's everybody on the panel.
Hey,
I wear woolly hats some of the time.
Never wore a woolly hat.
What? You must have done. I can see you as a wee little Irish boy jumping across the fields in a woolly hat.
No, hats don't look well on me at all. Never suited hats.
What the hell's that on your head?
Nothing. I shave now as well. There's not even hair on my head.
Oh, I like duck ants, so yeah, can we do them?
Wait, I haven't got there. What? Wait, just wait. Tom said there are already several diseases that infect arseholes. Lucy says drug dealers. Is that a personality trait? And then drug takers.
Not really.
Again, is that a personality trait?
Fuck with the drug
I
dealers.
think we should.
If we get a disease that kills off assholes, then the only people left would be like that guy I know with who had his asshole removed.
Does the virus decide who's an asshole?
Yes.
That is asshole.
How about the clinically gullible?
The chronically gullible.
They're all dying off right now anyway. Got that.
I think we need to take away people's love for money. Because if people weren't worried about money, there'd be some happy people in this world.
Yeah, but the problem is, I think that's a learned thing
More
mostly.
people in the world.
Diana says idiots. Lucy says people who fancy kids. Lucy said too many to choose.
What about?
We're there. Let me get to the list. Doc says people who tailgate.
Yeah.
Diana says people who like cheese.
Hey,
Who don't like cheese, she said.
No, she said people
Love
that like.
cheese.
She says people that like cheese.
No, she said don't.
No, she didn't.
yeah, people that like
Yeah,
cheese should be the only ones
cheese,
left.
yes.
No, people that like cheese should be the only ones that aren't left.
Oh no, if we kill off the people who don't like cheese, then who's going to help me fix my PC?
Sal says people who don't like chocolate.
Sal's wrong.
Fuck yeah, Sal.
I'm with Sal.
And Santi gets racist. And Lucy says, take me virus, I'm all yours. Is that for the chocolate or the cheese?
Okay.
Bullies and attention seekers. Wipe them out. Nobody needs bullies and attention seekers.
Again,
Right.
you'd end YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh.
it'd be the end of Twitter, that's for sure.
Oh God.
Twitter's
After
been
Facebook
slowly.
disappear.
Twitter has been slowly ending since it started.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yet it still grows.
Okay.
Let
I think we should target the personality trait. Right. Actually, let me ask you a question. What would you say is the primary personality trait that causes people to like film remakes?
All right. That's a good one.
No idea.
Okay, whatever personality trait caused Disney Star Wars, get rid of that.
It really, really has a massive.
Well, that would have been greed.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
see?
That's me out the window. Then I'm all about the Battenberg.
What about people who don't like badgers?
And you have not stopped talking to get like that at all.
So
Like,
can you guys let her
No.
answer? She's been trying
Go on.
for like 5 minutes.
people who think that they are smarter than they are. Like people who
Problem is,
I don't know,
People with
people tend to
Dunning-Kruger.
do that a lot. Like they, when they think that they know science and stuff, and they claim to know science, but they clearly have no idea what they're talking about. I hate people like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, Amanda's trying to get rid of me. No, I'm kidding.
the problem is most people overestimate their intelligence.
See, in your position, I'd have said people that won't shut up.
Yeah, that too. So,
Do you think that's maybe because when the people that are not very intelligent are little, their parents are like, "Oh, you're so smart, honey," to make them feel good, and then they grow up and they think they're smart and they're really idiots?
Yes.
Yeah, it's possible. Hey, I tell my kid he's a fuckwit all the time, so I put him in his place.
Do you really
He's actually
think most
pretty
people think they're
intelligent,
smarter
so.
than what they are, though?
Yes. Most people.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. I met lots of people who don't act like that.
I'm not saying again, not everyone, but most people. That doesn't mean to say that they don't. That doesn't mean to say they think they know everything, or they especially in fields that they don't.
There's a difference between thinking you know more than what you know within things that you think you know a lot about, to thinking that you know a lot of shit about everything.
Yes.
I do know a lot of shit about everything.
Yeah, we don't know very much about anything.
No, but the operative word is I know a lot of shit about a lot of things.
I was gonna say I know a speck of shit about everything.
It's just most of what I know is shit.
MathPig.
I already answered.
Did you?
But what
Yeah.
did you say?
Bullies and attention seekers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn it. That was forever ago.
That's two things. I just want to say.
That's two things.
Shut up. Shut up.
Now, would you want it to be people that are bullies and attention seekers? Or just
Because
one of those
bullies
traits?
is good for attention.
Look at me!
Fair enough.
Right.
Oh.
Question 239
Oh, shit.
that I have written really badly.
Can we laugh?
No, I haven't. Question 239. Which subject were you worst at school?
Art.
Art.
Surprisingly enough, it was English.
MathPig didn't do good with English.
That's
Mainly 'cause
impossible.
I fucking hated the teacher. I handed in my notes for coursework because she was a fucking stupid, all the amount of things I could say about her. And then when I went to redo it, she sent it away again. And I was like, why'd you send it away? She was like, I didn't think you'd care. So I failed English twice. I was like, fucking boy.
Oh, wow. I never failed but the same subjects, MathPig, but mine was mostly because of being dyslexic. So.
And my mother went into that school afterwards when she found out about that, and me and about 4 other people stood in the hall laughing our tits off because my mother went fucking ape shit at the woman. You think I can get angry? Oh, she went angry.
Do you want a funny
that would
story?
be awesome.
You want a funny story? One of the lads I went to school with, we had a science teacher at school, and in the newspaper last year.
You had a science teacher at your school, dude?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Right. Anyway,
Very
it's a story about
advanced.
him. Okay, one of the people I went to school with, and I only read this. I didn't keep in contact with him. I read it in the newspaper last year. He was in court. He drove into the schoolyard and punched the teacher because apparently the teacher wasn't very nice to his kid.
Wow.
My son's principal is afraid of me. So. I shit you not. He will cross the entire schoolyard just to keep from having to walk, in front of me.
What did you do to him?
Scared of me. I screamed in his face. Yeah. Yeah. And he wasn't expecting that, and he kept
Did he
calling
deserve
me
it, though?
ma'am. So I got right up at him and I said, "Stop fucking mamming me." I kind of lost it a little bit. So yeah, he's
I
afraid
could
of
just
me now,
imagine if he replied with "Yes, sir," you would have fucking decked him.
probably, but I don't know. It's just other
I forgot.
things that, in New England, you don't call anybody under 60 ma'am. So yeah.
Ever since that night with Mark Sargent, I'd always see the G.I. Jane scene when they're being trained as SEALs and they're out in the island, and it's just, he turns around, Master Sergeant, yes, suck my dick. It's just,
I'm never ever gonna live that down. Thank you.
no, never.
Never. The worst thing is
Yeah,
you're going to repeat it. We know you are.
I say it all the time. I know that. And I realize that now. I didn't before. I've always said it, but I didn't realize how much I said it until now. So.
It's a good personality trait.
Thank you.
So we're not putting that one in the virus.
No. Diana said creative writing. Doc Fearsome.
Another compass.
What? Shush.
I'm sorting stuff from the loft. I've just found 2 compasses and 2 ice scrapers.
Yeah. No. I think he's crawling around the loft.
Okay.
Doc
Is there a
says.
loft in the badger hole?
Of course there is. It's the outside.
Doc says underwater basket weaving. Santi says he was awesome at world history and skipping class. Now they're discussing history. Shadow Kitty said he skipped class so many times he landed in summer school. Do you know what? The fact that I have as good an education as I do, considering I only went to school 3 days a week for 3 years, is remarkable.
By the way, what was the question, Dave?
Which subject were you worst at school?
Oh. Okay.
Oh, it's
I
Badger.
almost
as well.
forgot too, and I had to dig it back up.
Go on.
Oh, you want an answer, right?
Yes.
Oh, what was it? I'm gonna say art because I really enjoy art, but I do not enjoy school art.
Like people who like music but don't like the recorder.
Yeah, I was there in school just fucking trying to do art, and I was like, I really like doing watercolor landscapes. I got like a whole art book full of watercolor landscapes. It's like, right, time for the exam. You can't do watercolor landscapes. It's like, what the fuck is the what? I fucking spent all this time learning to do watercolor landscapes because I like them, and that's what allows me to express myself artistically. What am I supposed to do? Ended up making this
You know who
weird,
else
like,
loved watercolor landscapes?
Who?
Did this whole ended up doing this wonky fucking multi-layered cardboard ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic version of my face. It was absolutely awful.
It was unique.
It was fucking
Is
terrible.
it unique?
Yes.
No,
so
that's different.
I didn't get a very good mark at that.
Amanda.
I said art.
Oh, you did. Oh, see, I wasn't sure if you said it or Beard said it. B
Sorry,
then.
I think I got a bit carried away though. Who else likes watercolor landscapes?
Hitler.
Oh, I fucking knew you were going to say Hitler.
Uh-oh.
Is that the first time we've gone the Hitler?
It's the fir-
I absolutely knew you were going to say Hitler.
Badger's evil. He likes watercolor landscapes.
It wasn't actually. You should have stuck with the art. So, saying.
Yeah, he'd be alive.
Go on, B.
Maybe. Anything past pre-algebra in math. Simple math, I could just do it in my head. But then when I got to algebra, I think I had a bad teacher, honestly. But once I got past pre-algebra, I went to a new school, and I just couldn't understand what the hell he was saying. So I don't know if it was me or the teacher, but
Yeah.
barely passed by the skin of my teeth.
But you passed.
Yeah, a little bit of summer school.
Little bit of summer
but I
school.
passed.
I had a reasonable maths teacher. I couldn't pay attention to what she was saying, but I had a reasonable maths teacher.
I had a very good maths teacher. I took maths a year early.
Oh, wow.
I was already ahead of everyone in secondary school maths.
Yeah.
The problem was I couldn't concentrate because I was trying to calculate the volume of certain parts of the teacher.
Yes.
My algebra teacher was also a coach for 2 sports teams, so he tried to act like everything was a sport.
Okay.
Everything.
That sounds like hell.
Well, okay, so when you're playing basketball, what's that got to do with algebra? Yeah, right, exactly, man. I mean, I played
I had a
sports. But
physics
shit, it
teacher
had
who
nothing to
used
do
to
with
talk
that.
football.
What's that, Jen?
I had a physics teacher who used to always talk football. So we'd
See?
start the class, he'd say, we're doing this, and then he'd spend the entire class talking about football. And then at the end of it, he goes, did you all get your work done? I go, fuck it.
No, my chemistry teacher was the football coach. That was interesting.
See, we had PE teachers. They were all useless at other subjects. We wouldn't want them teaching you anything.
I really liked my PE teacher. I hated PE, but I liked the teacher. He was he had like fucking enormous crab hands, and he was like a rugby guy, but he was just a really nice chap. But he took us on like a trip once, and he couldn't row because we were supposed to be like rowing a dinghy, and apparently I was the only person there who'd ever rowed before.
Yeah.
So he was just there like splashing everybody trying to row because he had enormous crab hands and couldn't figure out how the oars worked.
Jen. Subject. Worst.
Who?
Jen.
Oh,
I already said
Did you?
English because of my dyslexia.
I thought you were just interrupting MathPig at the time. I wasn't sure if that was an answer.
No, I was agreeing with MathPig that it was my worst subject because of my dyslexia.
Fair enough. Mine would be French. Because it's French.
we.
Oh
caused
yeah,
the
I sucked at
teacher.
French. I forgot about that.
Funny story.
caused them.
I actually was quite good at RE. We get RE over here, and the teacher put me in for the higher class, and I just deliberately answered every question wrong, just as a whole fuck you. And I failed Spanish, and it was the only 2 in my GCSEs that I really completely fucked up. And my mom turned to me and went, "It's all right. You're not going to be a Spanish priest. We're fine."
I think we may have killed the French teacher. She
Is there a
would come
story
in.
there? Or...
Yeah, she would come in and like put the books out and then just go and hide in the cupboard, shaking.
What the fuck? You just traumatized the poor woman.
There was one of our classes in school that locked the music teacher in his store for an hour and a half and fucked off and left. Like,
Oddly enough, I have very similar stories about a music teacher that used to locked in the cupboard.
Just get locked in the storeroom, went in, couldn't get back out. The whole classroom went and fucked off for an hour and a half.
It's just something about music teachers. Right. Question 240. Should religions have exemptions to public safety rules?
No.
Is that in general? Because that, we could definitely push a lot of people up to fix the roof in the church with no safety rules.
In what is there any context to this question?
No, none whatsoever.
Then no.
Should they be allowed to gather when there is a viral outbreak?
No.
I don't think they should be allowed to gather at all, but...
You
Right.
mean, Jen?
It's just a crutch. They don't need it.
They don't. And there's nothing they couldn't do remotely now, apart from pass around the collection plate.
Pass around the PayPal link.
It's not the same, though. It lists who you are.
Pass around the Bitcoin link.
That one jerk, he's only been given $1 for 3 months. Yeah.
He's not tithing. Don't they usually make them put their money in an envelope so they can keep track of how much money the parishioners are giving?
Some do.
Yeah. So that
Those
what
ones could work with the
difference
PayPal
does it
link.
You can donate anonymously on a PayPal link, though.
You can on a PayPal fund, I think. One of the
Yeah.
one of the PayPal things you can.
Yeah.
But the church doesn't want to give away the percentage. The money is theirs, damn it. They don't like other people having a cut. It's their scam.
Where do we get to cut them?
So no one is going to try and defend the religious freedom to meet.
Nope.
Not if I can't go to the fucking what am I talking about? If I can't go around for my role play evening, they can't go around for their church evening.
They're pretty
Yeah,
much
it's about the
identical. Yes.
What type of role play you play?
That a god exists.
It's kind of set in similar to the Fallout universe.
I have only played Fallout Shelter. So I'm just imagining that you're little people trying to collect resources.
No. Well, we are trying to collect resources sometimes, but what do we do? Oh, we tortured a guy, but we probably shouldn't get into that.
You tortured someone.
Yeah, it was part of the. We had to find out where the stuff was.
Tom says, "I don't need to defend the religious freedom to free assembly. I defend all natural rights to free association."
Okay.
But again, does that
Alright.
count if that is harmful to others?
It's like, screaming fire in a crowded theater.
Yeah.
It's free speech only goes so far.
Yes.
Same idea.
It's one of those things where, rights-wise, I think the right to privacy is probably wrong. Oddly enough.
Oh, I disagree with you there.
No, I think you have to give up something to function in society, and we could have freedom to assembly. We could keep our freedom to assemble, right? Within the context of public safety, but on that basis, I want to know what that person has been doing, that person has been to that assembly. Their right to privacy is compromised by their assembling in an unsafe fashion. That's very badly explained.
Yes, but I think I get the point you're making.
I agree.
Yeah, it's not that I'm against the right to privacy in its own right, but
Yeah, no, I understand you now. I think the position should be that, as at the present time, assembling in that way is demonstrably harmful. Doing it infringes on other people's rights to not get fucking dead.
Yes. Intellectual Iconoclasm says, at a certain point we must accept a temporary infringement of social order to ensure that social order will be thereafter.
Yeah.
You know, I think if they want to gather and then just go home and nobody from their family or any of them ever leave their home except to go to Sunday service, then I don't care. But they gather, they mix shit around, and then they go out everywhere, and we have to deal with it.
But they're covered in the blood of Jesus, so they're totally protected.
See, this is the problem. When they believe that what they are doing is demonstrably good.
Did you see that video, B?
Yeah.
Oh no, I know. I know what they think. I know. They also think if they just pray to God that they're all going to be fine and bills will be paid and diseases will disappear, and that's why half the people that think that live in the hood and have no money because they're just waiting for God to solve it for them.
Exactly.
So only people called Bill are going to get paid?
Right. So my thoughts on it have just gone out of my head as soon as I started speaking. So come back to me.
Brain fart.
The problem I have with going slightly down the route because I did. My issue is how you access data or the information you have access to needs to be specific rather than generic. And I sum this up like this.
Dave.
Yeah.
What context are we in right now?
Well, just in context of generally accessing other people's information. What rights you have to access to invade other people's privacy.
I would say as close to zero as humanly possible.
I disagree. And I'll explain why. Okay? I do not have a right to know that my next door neighbour is a paedophile. I do have a right to know whether or not my next door neighbour can be trusted with my children. Okay?
How do they do it over there? Because over here you can look up people on an app and see where all the pedophiles are in the area.
I very much disagree with that. I consider that a massive.
I don't.
No, I don't see I don't see what relevance it matters. All that's important is whether or not.
No, it does matter. Go ahead.
Go on. What is important is whether or not your children are safe.
Right.
Yeah? Where that person lives, what that person does, assuming they are in no way infringing on my children's safety, is none of my business. Does that make sense?
But you're assuming they're not infringing on your children's safety.
Entirely. This is where the conflict.
Pedophiles are reoffenders.
Right. This is where the conflict lies. Right. But my point being is I need to know whether or not my child is safe with that person.
Right.
That's what I need to know. I don't need to know what they've done, anything like that. I just need to know whether or not my child is safe around with that person. Can I trust that person?
Have sex offender registry laws in the UK?
Yes.
Okay.
But we don't have a right to know.
The general public does not have access to that.
No?
No.
Huh.
It would. It can be disclosed in an enhanced disclosure thing, which is done by some employers when you're applying for certain jobs where you could be working with at-risk groups. Like when I was for care jobs I've done, I had to do an enhanced disclosure to see if I'd had any prior criminal convictions that would preclude me from working with vulnerable adults.
Yes.
But you couldn't just go to the database and see any of that unless you have an actual reason to be looking at it.
Yes, and this is my point. And I use a nice big example with the paedophile or sexual offences because there's a nice black and white as to what we generally think about those things. But in everyday life, you don't have a right to know that your banker has committed fraud, but you do have a right to know whether or not they can be trusted to handle money or handle your money. Does that make sense? And this.
Yeah, but that's implying you can trust someone, and you can't really truly trust anybody until you know them. Part of knowing them is knowing their background.
I don't
Yes,
think you
and
can
they
really
are welcome
truly
to
trust
tell you
anybody
that
out there.
themselves. The question is whether or not that information is public. It's why we have licenses. It's why we license builders. It's why we have accounting licenses. These are things that usurp trust that say, can I trust that person?
Right.
Excuse me. We end up in a situation at the moment where we give too much away, especially by trying to put things in very narrow boxes. I mean, the sexual here, the sex is it the sex offenders register? Right, there are some massive problems with that because you've got people that if I talk to you through them, that you would consider a real threat on that list, and you have got people that a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old had consensual sex, and they're on that list.
And you've got people who were once falsely accused of
Statutory
it by
rape,
some-
not-
I know it's statutory rape, right? But my point being, they are treated the same under the law and the list, and whether or not you can work with children 20 years from now.
You've also got people on the list who were once falsely accused by a child in that they were teaching who had mental health issues and stuff like that.
Yes.
You don't have Romeo and Juliet laws, Dave?
No.
What is the context of this?
It's gotten that. No. No is the simple answer to that question.
The rape laws in the UK are fucked up, Amanda. Men cannot be raped in the UK unless it's by other men.
That's not what a Romeo and Juliet law is.
No, I know.
No, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
the rape
Just
laws in
an
the UK are
example of
messed up.
they're fucked.
Yeah, they're fucked up. It's an example of how fucked up they are. So a woman cannot rape a man in the UK. It's not legally possible, which is stupid.
What's intriguing is the fact that we had someone convicted.
Depends on the situation.
It does, very much so. But yes, going way off here, way off track. We basically got to the point where we think that religious freedoms should
I
not
have one
have.
more comment on
I just wanted to
Going
put
on
people,
track this
religious
time
people
was
to fix their own
awful.
work.
What? I know. Badger,
Whoa,
Time
everybody
you
slow
get
down.
it.
go on, Badger.
Yeah, I have one more comment on the privacy thing,
Go on.
which is that I am of the opinion that privacy is a right that most people voluntarily give up.
Yeah, I think most things
But-
are, but yeah.
But I am very much of the opinion that I do not give up that right, and I do not grant anyone access to any information I'm not comfortable with them having. And if they ask me for it, I tend to cut them out of my life.
Yes.
No. If they ask me for it,
Why are you still talking to me? I
if they
constantly ask you.
Let me put it this way: if they ask me for it in a way that implies they have a right to it,
Oh, fair enough.
if they ask me in a joking way, as most people that I chat to online do, then I don't really give a shit because it's all in fun.
Mm.
But if they ask me in a way that implies that I should have already told them,
Yes.
then they can fuck right off, and I probably won't ever talk to them again.
No, I completely agree, and I constantly argue with companies. I completely refuse to give information, and they are really object because I run my own domains. My email address for a company is their company name at my domain, so I know when they're hacked. I know when they have sold my data, and I go back to them and I bitch. Right, who was next?
He bought our surname. I could get my name at my surname.
Yeah.
I had that a while ago. What's the next question, Dave?
Next question.
Well, did
Dave.
anyone else have a comment? Given that Badger wanted the last one.
No, go, move on.
I'm just gonna make the religious people
Hey,
fix
hey,
their own
guys.
rules so they'd
Yeah,
fall
Let
off
me just
the
say, I have to go in a few minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and go and let you guys go on to the next question.
Okay,
Thanks, Dave, for having me. It was nice seeing all you guys.
no problem. Thank you for
Always
coming.
have fun.
Lovely
Hi,
talking with you.
babe.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Will I send Diana or someone the link?
Yeah.
Santi, both Santi and Sal have jumped in the back room at some point.
By the way, Apologies if I. By the way, apologies if I talk over anyone. There is a slight delay on my end, and I'm just terrible at finding gaps in conversations anyway.
That's because you live in That's because you live in the 1940s.
Yeah, fuck yourself. But I'm terrible at finding gaps in conversations, and the delay makes it worse. So I've noticed I have a bit of a tendency to accidentally cut people off, which I'm trying not to do. But apologies if I do it accidentally.
Not a problem. Ever.
So you're going to drop somebody else in?
We'll wait and see
Or
who.
did you already? I'm not paying attention.
I was going to see if is Sal about right now.
Yep. Oh no,
Okay.
Sal's doing. It's working at the moment, so.
We shall ask the next question while we wait.
Well, Sal answered in the chat that he's working.
I know. That's why I said Santi or Diana.
Oh, Santi or Dan. Yep.
Well, that was a fun little divergence
Oh, shut the
there.
fuck up now.
I don't believe you.
In answer to Tom Leach, actually closer to 1880.
1880. Question 241. And no one has ever seen a question like this before.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Would you rather share a toothbrush with a random stranger or kiss a random stranger on the mouth?
This has definitely been asked before.
No, that's he tried it out on the one we did the other night on your stream, MathPig. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never heard it before.
Toothbrush because I can sanitize the toothbrush, and it's harder to sanitize somebody else's mouth.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I can just disinfect it in bleach every time.
Yep. Hey, Sal.
Hey, Sal.
No.
Morning, guys.
The whole,
Yeah, if they want to jump in, it's cool. Just keep me
Okay.
backstage.
the whole idea of sharing a toothbrush is gross to me. It's kiss the
What's going on
stranger.
there?
Would you rather share a toothbrush with a random stranger or kiss a random stranger on the mouth?
We did this already.
We did this on a different show on a different channel.
Oh, okay. That's what we did. All right. So what was my answer?
Sal, you said kiss a stranger.
Yeah.
We got into like how deeply do you?
That's right. That's right. You use your tongue right there. All right.
Dave got all excited because there was thought of using tongue.
See, I can just have a little cup full of bleach that I leave it in for a while, and then it's fine.
Yep.
So it'll
As
make
long
my
as you
teeth
remember
whiter.
to rinse it afterwards.
No, it'll just make my teeth whiter, and make the gums fall out. And then I won't have to brush anymore.
Hey.
You'd be dead. So.
You don't swallow when you clean your teeth.
Right.
was-
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Depends what you're cleaning your teeth with, Badger.
Yep. I knew that was going there.
Next.
Sweet. I'm going to bounce you for a minute, Sal.
Or are you
Okay.
telling me that the person that I'm sharing the toothbrush with will murder me?
Get off the sofa.
Yes. That's exactly what I'm
Hey,
saying.
Santi.
Hey, Santi.
Hello. Oh, I'm on. Oh, damn, I was trying to fix my hair. Hello.
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 Hi, y'all.
Hey, it's 42nd.
Yes. Twinsies. Ah.
Right, would you rather share a toothbrush with a random stranger or kiss a random stranger on the mouth?
Oh, I done both.
TMI.
I was young and dumb.
TMI.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
The second one. Kiss a random. See, I'd go
Yes,
kiss a random stranger.
Kiss a random stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what have we got? Three toothbrushes, three kisses.
Yeah, toothbrush.
I'm just going through this bag of shit here. I've just found a voucher for Shoezone that expired in 2015.
A voucher for what?
Shoe Zone.
What the fuck is Shizo?
It's a zone where there are shoes.
Ah,
Is that
a
not?
shoe shop. Okay, I get you.
Shoe shop. It's no Clark's, but it's a shoe shop.
No, it's your fucking discount shoe shop. Which I apparently have a voucher for further discounts here that expired 5 years ago. Oh, and also it's so faded that you wouldn't be able to scan the barcode anyway.
Go and try and use it then.
The chat's still wondering about the kiss.
I know. Why do they not have more of a problem with the toothbrush?
Because we've all
Because you can disinfect the stupid toothbrush.
Yeah, but you can't. Is the point? Not within the scale of what we're talking about. We're talking about you need to brush your teeth now. This is the only toothbrush
You can
available.
disinfect the toothbrush fucking now. You just need to pour a chunk of bleach over it for a few seconds and rinse it.
There is literally bleach next to my toothbrushes.
Why?
It takes 5 seconds to disinfect toothbrush.
Wait, so you bleach your toothbrush before you brush your teeth?
Well, not usually.
Okay.
But I would if
Okay.
I
Check
had
clean
it with some
toothbrush
random
regularly though.
I would if there was some strange scenario where I had to share my toothbrush with some random dickhead.
Oh, now I regret sharing that. Okay.
If you don't regret it, it's not working.
Regret nothing.
Why do I keep skipping
Alright,
questions?
well, I'm gonna have to go soon too, because Ring's got his links up. So,
Do you want to run away? Because Diana's just appeared in the back.
well, cool. Well, Diana can hop in then, and I will head off. But
Okay.
can I say hi to Diana before I run off?
You know, I'll drop out so you can do that.
But I need a.
Yeah, and then I'll head off.
I'm going to completely disrupt the order that all the squares are in.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetie.
Hello.
Hi, Diana. How are you? Alright,
Yeah.
I'll go so that you can come back in. Have fun with the rest of the quiz, everyone.
They have to start
Bye,
meeting like
babe.
this. People start to talk.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back.
Okay, so unless
Share.
it was very well
Okay,
scripted,
everybody's
we
all
now know
set
that
up.
Jen and Diana are not the same person.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my. I'm good till. Let's see. I'm good for about an hour and a half. So.
Oh, we're only going for no more than another 25 minutes.
Doing, honey.
We're not going for more than about another 25 minutes.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good thing. Yeah. Let me get the cable for my headset. There we go. Oh look. What the hell is this? I need a cable for my cat.
Okay, I just found a thing. I got no idea what it is.
Oh no, we all okay. When Badger finds a thing, we all have to worry.
He's been rooting around in his loft. So
It's a metal. It's like a metal key for turning something. It's got a hexagonal hole in it, but I don't know what hexagonal thing this is meant to turn.
oh, it's a security key. It's a
Very
security.
good chastity band.
Are you sure it's not just an Allen wrench?
It's a security Allen
No,
wrench
'cause it's-
key.
It's massive. It's massive compared to an Allen wrench. Hang on,
Okay
I'll tell you
then.
how big it is. The hexagon from corner to corner, that's inches, is from corner to corner. It's 2 centimeters.
Yeah, so it's a big.
Shit, now drop my tape measure.
It's a big Allen key.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I've got
Yeah,
ones that go up to about 1.5 inches.
You got to an inch and a half.
I mean, I can
What
still hear
happened?
you guys, so I
Santi
hope
as well. I think this is the first time we're in stream. It's nice to eventually talk to you, man.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, MathPig, like in actual stream. That's awesome. Like in Momma Atheist and all of you. I seen Bob in a stream before, but So, and well, I mean, yeah, we stream every Saturday with Bub. Well, sorry, Badger. I call him Bub because that's his name on D&D.
I think we've met before somewhere, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have.
Bob's a great character.
You were pretending to be a badger then?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you like my entrance last time? I was bumbling around the building with the little snakes in because my character was not aware that there was a battle going on involving everybody else.
Yeah, he's really good at separating the knowledge of the character and his knowledge. It's amazing.
I'm just wondering.
I started jumping there.
I'm just wandering around in there because I've got no idea that there's a battle going on.
Okay,
Everybody's getting beaten up by this massive lizard monster. And there's my little badger guy just poking his nose in and out of tents going, "What's this? Snakes! Ah, they bite me!"
Right.
Ow, 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 ow.
Should we get to the next question?
Yes.
Maybe.
Question 242. What pet made the most impact on your life?
Rebel.
This one.
Rebel and Pot. Oh, it's very hard to decide.
Wait a minute here. Get up here. I want to make sure I got that right. What pet
Yes.
has made the greatest impact?
Yes.
Okay.
Why? Do you think you could interpret it differently?
I wasn't sure that I heard it correctly. Yes, I was in the process of putting my headset on, so the audio was partially blocked.
Paul says a ferret. Nerdy says all his rodents.
There we go. I'm going to have to say the pet that made the most impact on me was my Miranda. She was another kitty. We had a life together for 15 years. And from the time she was about 5 or 6 weeks old to the time she died at the age of 15 years.
Oh.
And then we would have extended conversations. She was at least as neurotic as I am. So we kind of understood each other. That sort of thing. This is not to say that Sylvia is not a wonderful kitty person. Not at all. But we'll see how it goes in another 11 years. Because she's only a little less than 4 years old now. So
we'll see.
What can I tell you?
Right. Mr. Shadow Kitty says Mr. Shadow Kitty. Johnny says his dog Samson. Lissy says her dogs. Oh, and Johnny says 17-year friendship. And then Lissy says my sweet Manda. Oh no, hey my sweet Manda. I thought she was implying you were a pet.
Lissy's pet too. I love you, Lissy.
What? Doc says a chicken. I was shot by a chicken gun once. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Hey.
Right.
Oh, okay.
My doggo.
Not the current one?
Yeah, I've had her for 8 years this month, actually. We were just talking.
Oh my!
And she's my shadow. Like she follows me everywhere. I've never had a dog that was just always with me because I work from home. So yeah, I love her.
Well, I had a German Shepherd when we were younger. It was called Rebel, and it definitely influenced me into the fact that I would say German Shepherds are my favorite dog. But the dog I have now is definitely the biggest influence. He was 16 last Sunday.
Oh my!
So if you had to pick one of them, no, wait. You have to pick one of them.
Well, then we would go with Pot because he's basically a mini me. He's an independent wee fucking asshole with plenty of attitude. Pot, come here.
He loves you so much.
No, he doesn't. He spends half his time on the sofa glaring at him.
You didn't see him this morning coming up and giving me the hugs and stuff and all that. Come here. Come here. He doesn't even want to get off the sofa.
You see?
He's lying sleeping. He's coming.
That's because you shouted at him 20 minutes ago.
I know, because he was on the wrong sofa. He has his own 2-seater, and then there's the 3-seater. It's my seat.
Stupid.
Come here. Come here.
You freeze out.
Hold on, treat. Hold on. I'll get you some treats.
Badger.
Hello. Right, I'm going to say the little wood mice that live near my burrow.
What, the one you took a video of?
Yeah.
You had no other pets?
I've had other pets, but these little wood mice, I feel much more of a bond with. They have their own lives, but they come to visit, and they come out when I put food there, and they're nice. And they've really changed my attitude towards the neighbours' cats.
Are you going to put traps out?
No, because I can't think of. I haven't been able to come up with any way to come up with a trap that would discourage the cats from visiting, not harm the cats.
Can Potts hear us?
Behind the microphone now.
Can you see him?
Yes. Potts.
Hey.
Whee!
Want to give me a hug?
Puppy. Hi, puppy.
Give me a hug. There you go.
Charlie, no.
Good boy. There. One more. Here.
Aw.
Very good.
He's in good shape for the age of him too, like.
Right.
I mean, I would not know that he's 16.
No.
No.
He's a pretty doggo.
Sammy says, my old dog Dealer, I got her for a baggie of weed.
Okay.
Oh.
And then here is Sylvia. Yay.
Don't understand that one. Did we just lose Santi?
Get over here.
We seem to. I've lost the streak.
Oh, Ted up. Oh, she's not in a cuddle mood.
Nope. Bye.
Right, next question. What things do you do online?
That was priceless.
I assume you can hear that. Question 243. What things do you do online that you would never do in real life?
Why the sound went away?
Oh, social interaction.
Troll people.
Troll
I wouldn't
people.
Troll someone in real life.
Do you still want to be visible?
I'm leaving it up for a while, aren't I?
I
I think you
can't
should put a
hear
hat on
anybody.
so that we can see how they
Right.
don't suit you.
He's got a hat.
Right out. I'm sorry.
Oh, very good.
There's nothing wrong with that. It just sits a bit too high.
It's like you're
It's
lagging
a
really
wee bit
badly,
too
Santi.
far. An Egyptian man that lived in America gave this to me before I came home from America. And his name was Robert, same as me.
Oh, lovely. That's a good
I have
hat.
another Metallica hat over there, but it looks like a fisherman's hat.
I don't think I've ever seen this much of Robbie before.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, that looks like you've been out raving.
Awful looking. But it was raining at Metallica. I needed
What's
something.
happened? What's happened to Santi? We keep swapping between.
Get down. We're not going outside. Huges of dogs don't think he's going outside now.
We keep swapping between Santi and Easeism.
He keeps disappearing. Right. Oh yeah, I already read the question. No one answered it. Oh, he did.
What was the
Badger.
question?
Social interactions.
Oh, what would I not do in person that I do online?
Yes.
Yeah, talk to people.
Manda.
Wow.
No. something something porn something something.
Is there any nudity in it?
Well, I mean, it's porn, so no, I can't think of anything, honestly.
Ooh, I haven't seen this for ages.
You have a
my
slide.
goodness.
Oh my word!
Were you trying out for the clangers?
No, I just found it in a bag. I'm sorting through shit. So I just found this.
Oh shit, I'm here. I didn't know I was in.
Spike June.
What things do you do online that you would never do in real life, Sal?
Online. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to go with Robbie's troll people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll definitely like pick on you a lot more online than I would in real life.
Yeah.
Just fun.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm a little bit mouthier, I guess.
Would you have told him to suck your dick in real life?
Oh yeah, all day.
She's not talking to you, Sal.
Oh, sorry. I'll tell you, I don't hold my tongue in real life. I just find myself being a little harsher online.
Hmm? Diana?
I guess I'm going to have to be non-creative and say, the trolling thing as well. I mean, I don't have a real life, so what do I do in a real life? But online, I will tend to go after especially heavily fundamentalist types. I will not leave them alone, and in real life, that would be a little inconvenient, I think.
I think I have a problem with Twitter, in that I am a lot harsher on Twitter than I would be in real life. But that's got more to do with the character limit.
Okay.
Format as well.
The character limit because you can't shout enough.
I like to be verbose in my insults.
Well, there you go. And Twitter is not, or never was intended for the use to which it's put now. I mean, you can't put dissertations on Twitter, not even with the 280 character limit, you know?
You can if you do a fucking mile-long thread that no one will read.
Yep.
Well, that's the whole point, that nobody will read the damn thing. I've seen, number 320 of 1,000. I've seen people do it.
The thing that's fucking worst is those retweet conversations where each person retweets the last thing that the other person said.
Oh,
and
hell.
you got to click for each thing, go back and follow it, and you're following it backwards, so everything is in the wrong order, and it's fucking terrible.
That used to be a real pain in the arse on Usenet as well, when the quoting would get too deep.
Mm. Yeah, the problem I had with Usenet was there was never agreement on whether or not you should top quote or bottom quote. So whatever I did, I got into trouble. Whichever one I was using.
Sorry, go ahead, Dave. Sorry. All I heard was top or bottom, and.
Are you a top or a bottom, Amanda?
I saw Amanda's ears perk up.
Dave, you know I fucking dominate that shit. Come on.
You tell them to suck your dick.
Exactly.
So I just found in this bag of shit a little phone hoodie.
A phone hoodie? You mean a phone condom?
Phone hoodie.
I mean, it's a little hoodie for your phone. It's got the little front pocket and a little hood and little drawstrings for the hood.
Oh, for the love of Saint Gulick. Okay, I am going to look this up.
I'll put a picture on Twitter later on.
Fair enough. Right.
I don't know
where I got this.
Holy hell! I think I see a picture of one. Yeah, I think.
Right.
For the love of Saint
I'll get
Gulick.
a picture. Where's my fucking camera?
Right. Next question.
Oh, it's because my PC's all jangled, so I'm trying to do things on the laptop, and everything's now in the wrong place in the bloody room.
Yes. Question 244. What personality trait do you wish you had? MathPig.
Slightly more control.
Do you know what? I've got a problem calling you MathPig when I can see you.
I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. Man. More worried about the work going on in the living room behind me that makes me look like I'm living in a fucking dump. But
See, I hadn't even noticed that till you pointed it out.
Pretend no attention. There's a new roof going in. Oh, there we go. The camera's doing quite well.
It is doing surprising. It's the light. It's because no, there it goes. Sal.
Trait I wish I had.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'll come right back to me.
Okay. Well, Santi said charisma.
Okay.
I thought he was charismatic enough for the little time that we talked to him.
I think Santi's quite charismatic. Diana.
I would have to say confidence, self-assuredness.
Mm.
You're on camera a hell of a lot more than me, Crazy Cat. You're doing well.
You have no idea.
That's arrogance, not self-assuredness.
There you go. You've got it. Now, you have no idea how shy, how what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not at all sure of myself. I'm always, even when I'm trying to portray a confidence, I'm always second, third, fourth, and fifth guessing myself.
Mm.
I could never be a politician, for example, because of that. Really, when you come down to it, because I can't fill you full of bullshit while I'm thinking that that's really the true thing to do. You know.
Mm. Sammy says coherence. Kitty says confidence. Manda.
There we go, phone hoodie.
I don't know, confidence, I guess.
What'd you do, hun? Put it on the twatter? Or
No, it's in here. It's in here.
It's in here?
It's his avatar now.
Oh, there it is. Hello. Now I see it.
And now it's going to have to focus again.
That is amazing. That is actually amazing. It's beautiful.
I wish I could climb walls.
It's not a personality trait. Come on. It's a superpower.
It's a superpower. Balance. You want to do parkour?
Right. Everybody shut up a sec. Try to get the Mather answer.
I said confidence.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Right, you got it.
I'm going to cop out and say memory.
That's not a personality
Yeah,
trait.
that's not really a personality trait, okay.
That's lovely.
You want to talk memory? The only way I remember my name is because it's on my damn passport. God. The hell is going on back there?
He's auditioning for the Clangers.
Oh, okay.
Right. Trainwreck says, I wish I was sexier.
Okay.
Okay.
Santi says, you seem pretty confident. I'm not sure who that's to. I think to Manda. Nerdy says, sociability. Nerdy, we need to have a conversation about when you became an avocado.
Yeah.
Why is he an avocado?
I don't know.
No, go back to the pickle.
I always imagine Nerdy as a pickle. I'm struggling with the avocado.
Don't like the avocado.
Right. Question.
Hang on. I'm just trying to think of one here.
Did you not answer?
No.
You're a book.
I'm gonna go with self-assuredness.
Is that not confidence?
It's linked.
It's linked.
But I always add little caveats to everything I say, like, well, this is what I think, but I'm not sure. So maybe I at times could do with being more sure of myself.
Wait, you add a little caviar to everything? Wait a minute. Yeah. God, you've got a full wallet.
Yeah, it's full of phone hoodie.
There you go.
I'm just gonna leave my phone at that for now. It looks cute.
It looks cute. What it needs to be, mate. It needs some copper mesh running through it as well.
What's the phone that bloody work?
And it doesn't go.
What, like this?
It's not doing it on your laptop.
I put it on the laptop, so just give it a minute.
It's a slow laptop.
Nope, you're out of luck.
I don't know how frequently it's supposed to do it.
Relatively.
Wake up, phone.
Shush.
Maybe if I send a text message.
Question 245. What thing do you most regret destroying with fire?
Fire.
Oh.
Fire, you say.
Say again?
Fire, you say.
Yes.
Not much of a
Does
pyro.
explosives count?
To explain. Well, the thing I was going to say, right? I can't remember exactly why, but I had a little bonfire out in the woods, and I threw 3 lighters on that I didn't want anymore. I regretted that quite a lot.
Did they explode?
Yes,
When they blew up or what?
yes, they all exploded, and my clothes were peppered with little holes all over them. So that would be the thing I regret destroying with fire the most.
Because of what happened.
Yes.
Not something that.
No, and the question is really aimed at something you regret that you didn't want to destroy.
My bedroom.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Like, because if you go down the other route, yeah, I've got lots of stuff that accidentally exploded, and you regretted that exploding.
Yes.
Wow.
Nerdy says regret? Question mark. I really, really, really enjoy destroying loads of things with fire. I should really put some of my fire pictures up. Because I keep taking pictures of when we have massive bonfires here.
Dave.
Yeah.
Check your Twitter. That was 2 days ago.
On Twitter?
Yes. Because it's a video. It won't go on Discord because it's too small. So I DM'd it to you on Twitter. Oh. Forgot to hit send.
I'm sitting here looking at Twitter going,
How would help?
nothing's happening.
It's sending. It's sending. It's sending. It's nearly sending. There you go. It's sent.
All right, let me read this answer first. Oh, that looks good. When younger, thanks to ultra-religious mum, I burnt some vinyls, signed Black Sabbath album, Beatles White Album, signed Led Zeppelin album. The list goes on.
No.
I really hope you have disowned your parents.
I do not like your mother.
Yeah.
This occurred to me, everyone can hear the burning. Oh, I like that.
That hurt.
It got a little out of control at one stage. I had to go and get a bucket of water because it was starting to spread to the hedge.
Who else has destroyed stuff with fire then?
I've destroyed lots of things with fire, but I can't actually think of anything I regret.
Apart from the front of your clothes.
But I didn't intend. The point is, the thing I was burning, I didn't intend to burn my clothes.
Okay, I'm gonna say my bedroom.
Your bedroom.
Okay.
Now, as you know, I have an issue with dust in my PC.
Mm-hmm.
I was blowing the dust out of my PC with a little air duster.
Mm.
And I decided as I was doing that, because there was now dust everywhere, that I should just turn on a vacuum cleaner to extract the dust from the room.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the vacuum cleaner I had was an older vacuum cleaner
That's sparks.
with a sparky motor. So as soon as I turned on the vacuum cleaner, the whole room just went.
That must have been one dusty PC.
Well, no, it wasn't the dust. It was the compressed air.
The aerosol.
Yeah, it's flammable. So the entire fucking room just went up in flame, and it removed my eyebrows, and it blew my mouth out the window.
Sammy,
Something similar to that happened to a guy in England there a couple of weeks ago, where he sprayed a load of deodorant and then got into the car, sprayed a load of deodorant with the window open, and then lit a cigarette, and it all went whoosh.
Oops. I will try to send a picture later. I have one of those wooden frame fabric covered wardrobes. I will try to send you a picture of the corner of it where you can see the results of my PC dusting accident.
Actually, you know what? I suppose technically, how did I destroy him with fire? I had some wires that I tried to run. I tried to run 240 volts over 1.5 mil copper.
Oops.
That burnt.
Yeah.
Whenever I first moved in here, the dishwasher broke and I had no fuses, so I ripped the inside of a cigarette packet out and wrapped the fuse up in it, plugged it back in with the intention of buying new fuses, and that was about 3 years ago. I forgot clean all about it till it blew up, and I can show you a picture of the hole in the plug.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Right. Sammy says, my eyebrows and eyelashes. He also adds, my anus. Were you intending to set fire to it?
I won't. I will not ask. No.
Santi says, I set my tent on fire when I was a teen and lost my favourite pair of jeans.
Oops.
Doc says, in my hometown, there's an old army tank on the front lawn of the courthouse. I lit a book of matches and dropped it in through an opening in the top and set fire to inside. Do they know you did that you're admitting to this publicly?
There you go, everybody. That's the picture of the corner of my wardrobe.
You're lucky that didn't go up completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also not a wardrobe. It's a set of shelves.
It's clothing shelves.
Manda.
There's some.
It doesn't quite seal anymore.
There were some letters that someone had written me. That I got upset and I burned them, and I wish I hadn't.
Oh, okay. I have an answer. Some Polaroids.
Okay.
That's everyone.
I probably shouldn't say that.
Go on.
I kind of want to say my granddad, but I don't regret it.
Was he alive?
No, this was a cremation. It was as intended.
Fair enough.
It's just the reaction to saying my granddad.
Oh, right. The last question for today is question 246. Would you rather have unlimited international first-class tickets or never have to pay for food at restaurants?
First class tickets. I hate going to restaurants.
Do they have to be plane tickets?
It doesn't say. Doesn't just says unlimited international first-class tickets. I'm assuming it is. It includes trains as well.
Can I go by boat?
Oh no!
Why?
Why?
Because in my mind it's fast.
Restaurants are a waste
Wow.
of time anyway.
Say again? Restaurants.
Restaurants, I don't like them. They're a complete waste of time.
You should try not being able to sit for any length of time.
No, restaurants are cool. I like them, but I definitely go with the tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to
Also-
like restaurants, but now I spend my well, to be honest, it's any time I'm out. I spend my entire time outside of the house going, when can I go home? I hurt. I need to lie down. When can I go home? I hurt. That's
What's
it.
wrong with sitting, Dave?
Say again?
What's wrong with sitting?
What's wrong with sitting? I can't sit for any length of time. I love sitting. But I can't sit for any length of time. I love sitting. Everyone likes sitting.
Have you considered prayer?
Have I considered prayer?
Every fucking day, yo.
When I get on my knees,
Decoration.
when I get on my knees, no, I can't think of a good joke. I'm too tired.
You get on your knees, you can't get back up.
No, I was going to go something along the lines of I much prefer the man I'm looking up to be a lot closer.
But what about the beard?
What about the beard? I can't reach the beard from the floor. So what do you want? Restaurants or first class tickets?
Well, this is a really, really weird one because, okay, the tickets sound really great until I'm trying to figure out if I have enough money to do anything once I get there. If I don't have enough money to do anything at the destination, then it would have to be restaurants, really. I mean, I'll just eat there all the
Eat
time
there.
instead of cook at home, you know?
Yeah.
I have to agree with you. We went for a long weekend in Barcelona one time because the flights were cheap, and when we got there, we could barely do anything. It was one of my hated holidays, even being in Barcelona. And everybody's like, it's fantastic, this, that, and the other. But as you said, Diana, if you don't have enough money to enjoy yourself when you get there, it's not fucking worth it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the travel tickets, but if I can't take boats, it'll be mostly trains. Because I hate air travel. It's fucking terrible.
Right, quick hit here. Jassa says first class tickets. Sammy says tickets. And calls me a boatist.
Yeah, you are a boatist.
Santi says restaurants. Oh no, sorry. I completely misread that. Santi says I don't eat at restaurants. So tickets. Nerdy says restaurants because Amanda would hunt him down if he flew everywhere.
It's true. It's true.
Tom said, I would have a huge import-export business if I had free air travel. And the food in first class would be worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I could eat cheaply enough to handle traveling around. I think I could travel to different places and just get instant noodles.
Don't forget, lots of transport methods include food with travel. If you're going first class.
Oh, that's a good point.
Okay, well,
So I could just live on the train.
Yes.
does that include the food once you're off the means of conveyance?
No.
You
Well,
just
there you go. I mean, I couldn't afford tapas, really. I mean,
Yeah, but you could spend your time traveling.
no, Diana. Listen closely to my amazing plan.
Yes, dear.
Okay, take a train to the city you want to go to. Go out during the day, explore that city. Then take an overnight train to another city and sleep on it and get breakfast.
So you get dinner and
You know, it
breakfast
almost-
on the train.
It almost could work.
Apart from the fact America doesn't have trains.
Well, America's
Yeah,
trains aren't worth. Yeah, but they're not worth shit.
What do I
Really?
go to America for?
I was.
No. Time out. Like the ones that go cross country, like they're kind of cool at it. Like I hear, like you don't have a bad time getting in, and if you get like a bunk with a bed in it.
Well, as an example, in 2017, when I viewed the total solar eclipse, I looked at going to Southern Illinois by train.
Okay.
Going to Chicago from here, I was able to take checked baggage with me. Going from Chicago to Carbondale, no. All I would have would be my carry-on. And I spent 10 days, kids, with this. I stayed in Chicago for a while. I went to Carbondale, the whole thing like this. what was I going to do with my luggage that I couldn't take to Carbondale with me and have changes of clothing, for fuck's sake? When I couldn't carry it back and forth. And I wouldn't have been able to take the little one with me either. And I ended up taking the little one because I couldn't find anywhere to kennel her or anyone to keep her for anything I could afford. So I ended up driving.
Makes sense.
I think I could live out of a backpack for a little while.
Yes, this is what I'd probably end up doing. I think mostly because I don't think I'd enjoy the restaurants. So we have got. What did Amanda say?
I don't really eat.
Whatever.
Not much.
I found
I
it.
guess.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
What? No, what?
No, that's what I've been doing. There's the plug.
He blew the side off the plug.
See, I thought you were going to say you were say there's the plug and it was like a link to a video project you're working on or something, but no, it's just a plug.
Badger,
Laptop and,
Nerdy has an opinion on your thing. Oh, fuck.
On whose thing? How rude.
I know. I'm not bothered that he's seen it. As we all know, the best food is always served on transportation. All the best chefs cook in boat restaurants.
Well,
Restaurants.
Obviously, he's never flown Eastern Airlines. Oh my God. I would fly Eastern when I was commuting to work. I lived in Cleveland, Ohio. I worked in Greenville, South Carolina. Basically.
Wait a minute. What exactly is your CO2 footprint over the last several decades?
Well, this was a short period of time in 1984, 85. And I had a heavy carbon footprint back then. I was doing a lot of traveling. No, I've been disabled / retired for the last 30 years. So my carbon footprint is rather low. But when I was flying back and forth, because, I'd fly out on Monday, I'd work the week, and then fly back on Friday, kiss the wife, rinse and repeat. The food on Easter, oh God, it was horrible. Singularly, the flight crew were nice people, but the food, oh shit. To give you an idea, the flight crew would bring their own pizzas on board. They would not eat the goddamn flying food. So, it tells you something.
Fair enough. Manda, answer.
I did.
Did you? You said you don't
Wait
eat.
Wait a minute.
I said
Nerdy,
I don't
what
really
the
eat.
hell?
So,
So you go for the flights.
I guess. But I mean, that bugs me too, because like you said, the carbon footprint. So, fuck it. Just
Fuck
bury
it.
my head in the sand. And
The world's screwed. You may as well go in luxury.
yeah.
Right. On that note, we're going to have to say goodbye.
Aw.
No. I would say thank you to. Let me do the other people first. Thank you to Jen and to Santi. Woo! And B. Almost forgot B. I'm going to say thank you to MathPig, to Badger, to Diane, to Sal, to Amanda. And I will put all their links in the description.
Yay.
And Ringer's got a stream starting shortly. I'm not 100% sure what it's about, but I'll put the link in.
I have one in 2 hours.
Do you have one in? What's your 1 in 2 hours?
Me and Godless Engineer are interviewing Chris Shelton on my channel about indoctrination.
That should be fantastic.
Oh my. Okay, so wait a minute now. 2 hours. That's it's almost 10 o'clock. So that's at noon.
Yeah, noon.
Damn it, we're conflicting with each other. I don't know. We're gonna have to do something about that.
You I can check and see if I can move it to 1.
Her streams go for hours.
Okay, never mind.
we have been known to have 6 hour streams, so
Never mind.
don't worry about it. Oh my, but Yeah, if I ever manage to come on your stream, we're gonna have to work something out.
I've got Inquisitive Quandary
No,
later
no,
on.
yeah, this isn't a normal thing, Diana. This is just a one-time interview. It's not a normal.
No, okay then.
When you can fit him in. Right.
Sorry, MathPig, you have what later?
I have Inquisitive Quandary later on tonight.
That sounds like
Okay.
a challenge.
Pardon?
That sounds like a challenge.
And then Mom is also going to be on Aaron Ra's channel tonight.
That's right.
Oh, when is that? Am I going to miss that? Is that going to be too late? When are you on Aaron Ross?
7 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, so the middle of the fucking night.
Tonight.
Midnight
okay.
for us, Badger. Midnight for us.
Midnight, I can do that. Oh, it's going to be good.
Oh, nice afternoon for me.
I
That's
might be awake
really
at
good.
midnight.
Yeah, we'll have an after party, Mama. We'll have an after
Yeah.
party. We'll all go mad. It'll be great fun.
Yay!
Yeah.
Right. You say goodbye to everyone.
Bye, buddy.
We'll see you all
I
tomorrow.
Buddy.
I agree with Nerdy Rodent's comment, Dave. Dave.
I'm not reading it.
You should read it. Not the one that I put in the private chat, the one that features you.
I know, I saw. Goodbye.